Welcome everyone. This is my review of one of the most anticipated releases of the year, Joker Folie a Deux. The film has been garnering a lot of attention and hype ever since the casting of the film was announced. While Joaquin Phoenix returns as a Joker, Lady Gaga joins the Joker's love interest, Harley Quinn. The film is slated for an October 4th release worldwide and it is scheduled to release in India earlier on October 2nd. It has been making the rounds of a few film festivals and has already had a premiere in New York and London. Early reaction to the film appeared to be mixed. While netizens seem to have loved the film and heaped praises on Gaga's performance in particular, critics have called the film dull and stated that Gaga has been underused. Joker Folie Deux falls short of the brilliance that defined the original. The film struggles with its identity, caught between exploring a dark love story between Arthur Fleck and Lee Quinzel and advancing its narrative. This indecision results in a disjointed experience, lacking the raw intensity and sharpness of its predecessor. The decision to incorporate music elements feels forced, dragging the film already weak pacing. While Joaquin Phoenix once again shines with a captivating performance, his effort alone cannot salvage a film that feels creatively lost and thematically diluted. Following his live TV murder of Murray Franklin after Joker, Joaquin Phoenix's character Arthur is currently detained in Arkham's maximum security ward for his trial. Although things aren't perfect there, Phoenix's main character has been an excellent prisoner and has become far more reserved than when we last saw him. Marine Stewart, his attorney, is certain that Arthur and Joker are two different people because of the horrendously traumatic upbringing he experienced. His prosecutor assistant DA Harvey Dent believes he is fully aware and is going for the death sentence. Even the Stewart's idea was never furthered in the original Joker, Folie Deux. One of the film's recurring question is which of these true? The movie begins with a Looney Tunes style cartoon called Me and My Shadow, in which Arthur is physically replaced by his shadow while he performs in Joker makeup. The main idea of the video seems to be makers consider the possibility that Joker may be a separated creature. Stewart's defense could hold up with Arthur being so submissive and cooperative. However, when visiting her in the minimal security wing, Arthur meets Lee, also known as Harley Quinzel, who knows an instant interest in him. It's love at first sight. Lee, already obsessed with Fleck, knows all about his infamous killings. Thanks to the extensive media coverage, due to his good behavior, Arthur is allowed to attend music classes where Lee happens to teach inmates. As soon as they start conversing, Lee shares that she comes from a challenging upbringing, and Arthur thinks that he has finally found someone who gets him. Lee soon joins him as he starts to sing his sentiments as he finds love. At times, when they are singing for real, people around them notice and remember them. It's all in Arthur's brain sometimes, especially as the numbers grow more complex. He seems to be regaining his Joker identity the more he connects with Lee. One of my favorite sequences in the movie is when he gets aggressive with Steve Coogan during his first TV appearance after his incarceration, disobeying some of his lawyer's advice. His trial is proclaimed as one of the first to be broadcast in its entirety on television, and the cameras make him act like showman. It only gets worse from there. There's a fan culture right now, especially poisonous fan culture. Before trial, Fleck's situation was the subject of a TV movie which has helped to restore some of his notoriety. As the trial goes on, he also commands the attention of his fellow prisoners. In his world, Arthur has gained otherness, just as it was originally thought he would in ours. As the trial moves forward, Lee convinces Fleck to fire his attorney, Marion Stewart, believing she is weakening his defense. Fleck then chooses to represent himself in court. When the jury finds him guilty on all 5 counts, chaos erupts in Gotham. Disaster strikes when Fleck returns to the facility. This musical crime drama collapses under the weight of its own ambition and expectation. Viewers wait for the magic to unfold, but it never does. And while the finale aims to shock, it ultimately disappoints. The film lacks the depth and sharpness of its predecessor, leaving one to question whether the sequel was necessary. Joaquin Phoenix's compelling performance is the saving grace, keeping the audience engaged. However, the decision to turn the film into a musical feels misguided, as neither the writing nor the songs add value, dragging down the storyline. While there are a few standout moments, they are sparse. Look for the scenes that involves a cop asking Arthur for an autograph, hoping to profit after his guilty verdict, a brief but telling moment in an otherwise underwhelming film. Joaquin Phoenix once again delivers a captivating performance as Arthur Fleck, but the film's weak foundation drastically lessens its impact. His dedication to the role is undeniable, reaffirming that a few can match his skill in portraying complex characters. Lady Gaga as a lead brings some intrigue and freshness early on, but as the film progresses, her character's arc flattens, leaving it underwhelming. The chemistry between Phoenix and Gaga lacks the spark that was crucial for the story. The biggest letdown is Harry Lottie as a Harvey Dent, who fails to leave the mark in the courtroom sequences. Steve Coogan, despite his brief appearance, makes an impact. Todd Phillips' direction feels aimless, and while his attempt to introduce a musical element is bold, it ultimately strays too far. The blend of a psychological drama with the musical elements comes off a failed experiment. Joker Folie Deux isn't a terrible film, but it falls far short of the expectations set by its predecessor. Keeping the expectation low for this unnecessary sequel might be wise. Overall, this is not just another comic book movie. It is a bold, ambitious piece of art that pushes the boundaries of what a film in this genre can be. If you find any reference during the movie that I didn't talk about in this video, please write them down in the comments. Thank you.